Hello, everyone. Happy Tuesday. Thanks for joining me for a craft night with friends. My name is Alyssa from Penguin and Fish, where we make cute embroidery kits for beginners. And I'm here every weeknight, Monday through Friday at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And it's a time that we can relax and craft together. So I am back after a long little vacation here, and we are back on the ABC Stitch Along. We are on W. It's the new year. We're gonna finish this guy up. We have like 2 more months of stitching on the alphabet, 4 more letters, and then we'll be working on sewing it all together, like finishing it up as a real quilt. So that is the plan for tonight. Happy New Year, everyone, and thanks again for joining me here. All right, let's get going. Okay, everyone, thanks again for hopping in here tonight. All right, so working on the whale. Let's get this transferred to my fabric and we will be ready for this evening. So it's nice to be back here and see everyone popping in. It's been a little while. I am going to be here, I think just 3 days this week. I know I'm still like jumping around places, but Friday, I think it's gonna be the last time I can go see Lincoln, little baby Lincoln, for a little while. So we're gonna go and visit family again this weekend. So I guess holiday isn't quite over yet. So all right, you guys, I'm just putting a piece of paper towel underneath my fabric, just so when I transfer my design, it doesn't like go through the fabric and onto my mat here. I don't think on this mat you'd be able to really tell, but on a ironing board you would. All right, so I got my pattern here. I'm gonna leave this out just so I can look at what stitches go where. It looks like it's just a back stitch. We got some French knots for the little I don't know, barnacles on his nose. I don't know quite what those bumps are. And some satin stitch. That's funny. We're going to have to do some more animal anatomy lessons as we get going on this one this week. We always learn some new weird animal part that I hadn't thought to think about before. All right, I'm just cutting off that text from here because we don't want to transfer that. And here we are. So this is in reverse, so that when we flip it upside down like this, it'll be the correct size. This is the iron-on transfer. So I think I'm all heated up. So I'm gonna just preheat my fabric, and I'm just doing that by pressing it. And you know, it's good to press it anyway. And then I'm gonna just place my design in the center. Just kind of estimating the center here. I think right there looks pretty good. And then I'm just gonna go over each section for about 5 seconds. I'm gonna peek. I'm trying not to move too much. Oh yeah, that's definitely getting through. Ooh, this is gonna be nice and bold. This will be easy and fun to stitch. Okay, and I think we might got, let's check the last little bit. Oh yeah, there we go. Nice and good on there. So I'll be able to use this iron-on transfer again about like 5 times or so. You'll have to kind of hold it down a little bit more each time. The first time it usually goes pretty quick like this. But yeah, so I always like hanging on to these for other times. And now we're ready to stitch. See, you can see it kind of went through the fabric a little bit onto my paper. That's why I always like a little protector there. And that's because, you know, fabric has holes in it, right? Like it's woven, so there's tons of like teeny tiny holes. So that's kind of where the ink is going through. All right, and I don't need my pressing mat anymore either. Ooh, and to check out, so here's my hoops up here, but I also have the new embroidery of the month. So if you guys didn't see, I think we sent an email or two out about this already, but this is a carnation. It's January carnation. This year we're doing something a little different for our embroidery of the months. we are going to do the birth flowers every month. So it's going to be like a whole collection, and they're all going to feel similar in style. So they'll be great. Oh, thanks, Fiery Redhead. So it'll be great for like if you wanted to do a whole set, like for a quilt or something like that. And I think I'm also going to make a PDF pattern of all the months like written out, so you could actually stitch like the month underneath here. I just kind of left it open for now, just as just the flower. But there's definitely opportunity, and we'll play with some of these ideas. There's opportunity to stitch the month at the bottom, and you can make it into like a little wall hanging for each month, or whatever you want, really. But yeah, we'll be talking about some of those ideas throughout the year. But this is January. It is Carnation. They will all have a similar look and feel. So whatever size you want to cut this down for, like a quilt or something, that you'll be able to stay consistent for the rest of the months as well. So anywho, I'm excited to share that. And I'm sure we'll share more about that as we go this month. Oh, and I think... And here's the freebie for the embroidery of the month. It is like a matching fridge magnet. So just like one of those little cute little fridge magnets, a kind of colored in version of the carnation. So January's birth flower is carnation. So some months have like a few different birth flowers. I'm kind of trying to go with the main, what looks to be like the main birth flower. But every once in a while, that varies. Oh, Kathy says, I love the idea about putting the months on them. I do too. I think I might do that eventually here for mine as well. I kind of actually want to put a calendar together for next year, maybe even. That would be kind of fun. I don't know. We'll see. But I like having the flowers separate and then having the option of the text, just in case someone just likes carnations and they want to just do carnations, even though it's, January isn't their birth month or something, So it's a little bit more flexible, I think, from that standpoint. Okay, so I just kind of tucked it in here. There's a little like kind of loosey spots there, so I'm just going to kind of pull on both sides. Kind of the fabric. The weave of the fabric goes horizontally and vertically. So I want to kind of pull both sides at the same time so it doesn't stretch in a weird way. So I'm kind of basically pulling like one of the threads tighter. Kind of the idea. All right, that feels pretty good in there. All right, so I have my little project strawberry, I should say, for this project. It's actually getting kind of full. I should empty. This is our little floss garbage. Oh my god, look at all that sparkly thread. I was gonna make little ornaments out of these. I have those like glass ornaments that you can fill with stuff, but I never did that this year. So, oh well. Maybe I'll still like use this to fill. But we are kind of going through this cloud of scrap thread. We've worked on this project for a while, so I've been using the same bits of floss. So we have a few on the skein still. Let's see what we got. So actually, maybe I'll use, let's get this guy out. I need my needle. Lots of empty skeins here. Wow, these are the ones that I have on the skein yet. I might just like put these away already. I'll just leave them. And then these are some backup ones that I have because I'm gonna go through some of those soon. And yeah, and then I have these. So some of it is this scrap. But let's see. Okay, I think I kind of still like the idea of a blue whale. That's what the original one is. This pretty blue with some purple. I do kind of like that. Look at all these little goldfish around him. I kind of like that too. All right, so let's kind of want to start. Actually, maybe I want to start on all these little yellow teethy things. I know these aren't teeth. We're going to do a lot of anatomy lessons on this, so let me know if anyone knows. It's maybe like gills? No, those wouldn't be gills. And some mammal. They don't have gills. What are What are the little filter dudes that are teeth? Someone look that up for me. But let's see what I got. Okay, I do have some yellow here yet. Not a ton. Oh, I do have some more. Oh, here's some more just hiding out. So maybe we can get those done with the yellow I have in scraps here. Oh, that's really a scrap. I think that's garbage, that little piece. And we'll start stitching those in yellow. I'm just pulling all the yellow I have left. Ugh, these are just tiny pieces, but I'll put them aside in case they're good. In case I need like 3 more stitches. All right, that looks like all of the yellow. So let's see how far we get with that first. All right, so we're using 3 strands of thread for this project. Oh, the baleen? Okay, so Paula and Ellen are saying the baleen. I am sure I'm not pronouncing that right. The baleen? The baleen? Interesting. I'm not sure I've ever heard that word before. I'm gonna have to look that up when we're done here too. Oh, this only has 4 strands in, so we've definitely used this for something else. So I'm just gonna pull one of the strands out. Oh wait, no, maybe there's 5 strands. All right, let's pull this one out. This will be a little weird. I might have to see if I do have another yellow skein nearby. So if I do run out of yellow, we'll just get some more. We're kind of at that stage where the last 4 letters, we're at the point of grabbing a few more skeins of floss. All right. So here's my little needle minder. I'm gonna just kind of plop him here out of the way. This is just to keep track of my needle when I'm not using it. It's a little magnet that I can put on here. Oh, Janimal is saying baleen as well. Baleen. I'm gonna have to have Google tell me how to pronounce that. Weird. So how does it work? Is it just like a filter? Like it lets the good plankton in or whatever and like nothing else? I don't know. All right. I think I'm going to start this in that way where I leave a little bit dangling out and then I can tuck that piece in at the end. That's kind of a fun way of doing it. So I'm going to actually start like a stitch length up. There we go. And I'm going to leave enough to finish this last stitch, this first stitch really, and weave in the end. So I'm just gonna let this part dangle out here, and I'm just gonna kind of hold that in place while I start stitching. And what I'm doing is just kind of reserving that piece to weave in later. And then we're just gonna do a back stitch. So I'm going in that same hole, and going forward again, from the bottom to the top, and then from the top to the bottom, going back through that first hole. And we're gonna just cruise up and down the baleen here. I definitely need to do that. Okay, so we've learned the baleen so far. What are all these little like you know, some like humpback whales and stuff, they have all those little bumps on them. I wonder what those are called, or if those are called anything special, or if they serve a purpose. Anyway, we got some of those bumps on his snout. Not sure you'd call it a snout either. Dang, I don't know much about underwater animals, apparently. Sheesh. This matches my sweater for the day. Maybe that's why I wanted to do that. Oh, Sydney says the bumps are like acne for humans. Is that true? Oh, that's so interesting. Huh. So they're just like little like growths for no reason. That's pretty interesting. Bet you it's easy. Bet you like scientists can use that to identify them. Or I wonder if it changes. Like, I wonder if they go away and come back or anything. Oh, Janice says mostly barnacles. So it could be barnacles. Paula says barnacles too. Interesting. And one of these days I'll have to look up all those fun anatomy things beforehand. Actually, the next month, or not next month, next week is the letter X, and that is the X-ray fish. So kind of a stretch, but hey, it's a letter X. But it's the design is like a cute little goldfish almost that you can see a little skeleton in, so it's kind of cute. I like it. You could actually stitch it without the skeleton and it'd be like a little goldfish. But I'll have to do some research on him before I come here. Maybe I'll come prepared for that guy. Because that'll be some interesting science, I think, for how it's see-through. They don't actually look like goldfish, though, if I remember right. I think they're kind of more like a triangular fish. I'll have to look. Oh, Sydney says they do use them as identification, all the little bumps. And yes, barnacles, but they do get growths from the barnacles. Oh, interesting. So I wonder if the barnacles give them, if it's like a little infection or just like a little scar, like bite marks, almost. Ugh. That's no fun. I wonder if they care. Like, I wonder if it's something that they want to scrape off or not. All right, I'm definitely going to need to probably open up another one of those yellow skeins because this is my longest piece, and I thought I had 6 strands that I could split into 2 3-strand bits, but it was only 5. So I'm gonna have to construct a new 3-strand, and you know, I'm like at only 3 of these guys, and I think maybe I'll get 1 more. So I definitely don't have enough for the rest of these, but we'll work on it. I think I'm gonna try and get this part done tonight. The reason I'm doing this section first is because, you know, if you've been with me for the rest of these ABC stitch alongs, we're going in alphabetical order, so we're almost done. But I tend to like to do the outline first because I feel like I get a lot done. Or it feels like a lot done when you get a whole outline done right away. It's like, dang, I made huge progress on this, right? Versus focusing on like the little details. But in this case, I'm doing these first because when I stitch the lines for the mouth here, it's going to be easy for me to stitch over all the ends of these little rows, these like yellow guys that I'm doing now. It's going to be easier for me to just stitch right over those and have the mouth look like in front, like the lip look like it's in front of these lines, versus if I stitched first and then like had to tuck in the ends of these lines when I do each row. That's just a little bit more finicky. So I just kind of thought this was gonna be a better road for us tonight, or for this guy. I think I might get maybe halfway up the next. Let me keep going. I think I'll probably get halfway up this next little line here. Oh, Random Talk Watch says, "Yeah, I haven't caught an embroidery live in weeks." I know, I haven't been here in weeks. Man, you guys, like this, like this holiday season has been a big mash together of just, I don't know, it all just stuck together in like one big glob, I feel like. And we had a lot of weather, so we didn't even get to go anywhere. So we actually were stuck here for Christmas, and well, on New Year's we were just here, but we weren't able to. We had to like all these big travel plans on the road, like road trip to both sides of the family's house, and that just got nixed. It was it was negative 30-degree blizzard warnings for the whole drive, and we decided, yeah, we're not gonna risk that, which was probably a good idea, which was a good idea. But we got lucky because for different reasons, both John's parents and my mom and dad, my parents, came up here within the past week. So we actually, even though we didn't get to see them on Christmas, we got to see them this last week. But yeah, so that's why we want to head back there on Friday. So I probably won't be here Friday. Just because it's my last chance now that the weather is a little bit better. I'm going to try and get to the top of this row with 2 more stitches. But since the weather is more drivable now, my last chance to see little baby Lincoln and his parents, of course. And so before they head back home down further south, we'll get to see him one more time. So we're taking that opportunity and heading down there. So one last holiday hurrah, I guess. Ooh, okay, so I like going back and forth 3 times, but I don't have enough thread to turn my needle again, so I'm gonna go with the eye of the needle and just try and get through here. There we go. And I can trim that too. I don't really need to. It's pretty short. What'd I do with my scissors? Right where it's supposed to be in my tray. But I'm gonna snip it anyway. Then we have some news for next week, and we'll talk a little bit about schedule for 2023. We'll talk about that a little bit next week. So like mid next week, early to mid next week. Be sure to keep your eyes out for some posts and some newsletters. I'm not going to say anything more about that right now. But anyway, there'll be some few changes coming up here. All right, which will affect the lives in particular. So that's why I'm talking about it here. All right, last little stitch. That was that little piece that was dangling out here, and that I was having on hold to bring to the back. So I finished that, basically the first stitch that I skipped, and now I have the thread on the back, and now I'm going to weave that in as well. So the whole point of that was that I don't have to start with a knot and have like a knot hanging out on the back, which I don't particularly like. I don't like when I accidentally pull the little threads through to the front from the knot, and I don't like when I catch my thread on the knots either. Okay, so again, I don't think I have enough room to turn this around, so I'm just going to go with the eye of the needle. My last pass here. Come on, guy. There we go. Boop. Okay. Oh, nice. Hey, Cassie. Cassie says, hello, I found you on YouTube and decided to join on Facebook. That's awesome. Yeah, it's right now I'm on Facebook. I almost said Hulu. Sheesh. I've just been watching too much TV, I guess. Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And Facebook is nice for chatting in between people because you can reply directly to people really nicely. So for chatting and hanging out purposes, I do think Facebook is good for that. All right, I'm out of yellow. Let's see, I got like these few little scraps left of yellow. So this was the 2 strands that I pulled from, I only had 5 strands, which was kind of weird. So I must have, I mean, it's all scrap. I must have used it for something and I already put a little loopy knot in here. Let's take care of that little loopy knot. I'm just gonna put my needle in that loop and pull either one side or the other. We'll bring that loop to the top, or to the little push the knot to the needle. And once it's all the way up, then I can just pop it out. But I actually don't even think I'm going to use these pieces. So these were the 2 that I pulled. They're a good, nice length, which is bummer that I can't use it because I need 3 strands. And then I got this smaller, oop, and then they just hurled them to the ground. Okay, got it back up. Oh yeah, so this only has, wait, is this 4? No, this is only 3 strands. So we'll use this little shorty piece to use it up. And then I'll have to get a new skein out. But I see that I have one nearby, so we'll be fine. But let's use up what we got first. So let's weave in the end here. Okay, Caitlin says hello for the first time in months. I'm just gonna weave in the stitches that I already have now. Now that I have stitches near to where I'm gonna stitch the next part, I can just weave in the ends of these. I don't have to start with that little piece dangling out or anything like that. I can just go back and forth with what's there now. Okay. And starting down here. I'll start back. So I don't know, I might get up to the top here. I might get 2 rows with this one, so not a waste. Yeah, I've been like, how long has it been? It's been at least 2 weeks, hasn't it? I don't know. Like I said, this whole time period has been a glurb of time and energy and whatever. Oh man, you guys. But we're still dealing with this appliance stupidness. So the third refrigerator that we're trying, and I think we actually are gonna really, really, really like this one, is coming tomorrow. Like anywhere between like 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., like something stupid like that. And we just had a huge snowstorm, so I don't know if it's gonna get postponed because just the crazy snow. But anyway, I think this will be the final appliance for the kitchen that will be finished. There's some weirdness with the dishwasher that we got, but I don't know. I think we'll figure that out. But for this refrigerator, we had to get a taller one now. And so John and my dad was over, had to tear out this cupboard that was above our current fridge because we needed 3 more inches to fit this fridge. We exhausted the 2 tiny fridges, the smaller fridges, and neither of them worked how we were wanting them to work. So we're like, okay, I guess we're gonna have to have a different game plan. And that was getting this one that was 3 inches taller, but required to take out that cupboard. So we got a big old hole where that cupboard used to be. But anyway, it'll be so nice to have that fridge, and then we can not have to deal with that again. Hopefully, because what a pain. But we're starting 2023 with appliances that work, which is lovely. Lovely, lovely. All right, I will definitely get this whole row, and maybe I can squeak out a few more stitches with this. Then it'll be opening another skein. Oh, and just to let you know, we haven't actually sent out these quite yet, so if you haven't received tracking or anything for your embroidery of the month pattern, your fabric only or your kit, because we haven't sent them yet. We've just had such horrible weather. Well, it's been the holiday, and then it's been just such bad weather that we haven't been able to get it done and to the post office. So that'll be happening though this week still. So it'll be on its way soon. All right, I'm gonna try and squeak out. Oh God, maybe I'm not. I don't think I have enough. All right, I'm gonna just start fresh. I really don't want to. I want to squeak out a few more stitches. Let's do it. Oh my God, let's see if I can get 2 stitches. Yep, that's it. All right. 2 more that I don't have to get out of the next piece. So I'm just gonna go over to this one with lots of stitches, this row, and weave up and down there my 3 times. Kind of like tying a long knot by weaving it in 3 times. Oops, shoot. Came out and I don't think I have all this threads there. Boo! All right, let's try that again. Ugh, I think there's the end. I'm just making a mess now. Let's see if I can just pull. Dang, I think I got like a knot, an actual knot in there. What the heck's going on here? Oh, there, that last one just got caught. I think I'll just thread that and pull it through. I was gonna just leave it, but kind of long. I'm gonna go with the needles, or the eye side again. There we go. Trim that, and now I need to get the new skein. So I got some hiding out in my little Fabricoli mug here. I did spy some yellow. So there we go. Perfect. See if I can stuff this guy back in here. I just like having these around for when I take photos and stuff. If I need some embroidery floss props, I have that nearby. But all right, let's start this guy up. So I could wind this onto another bobbin, but I'm just kind of letting it hang out and doing it that way. All right, cutting my about 24 inches. Plop that on my strawberry there. Okay, let's get 3 skeins here, or 3 threads out here. Grace is asking, is it still snowing in Minneapolis? It was on the national news tonight. Oh yeah, I think I saw just like the preview for the news. They were plowing at the airport. Yeah, we got so much snow. So my parents left this morning like right before it started, so they got pretty dang lucky. Lucky that they got up early and left, because if they would have waited any longer, they would have been stuck here for probably 2 more days. But yeah, I think, gosh, I haven't checked the snow total yet. Oh, my computer is saying it's snowing now. I have a little weather warning at the bottom of my screen, and we're still in a winter storm warning. Feels like we're in that all the time now. And it says snowing right now, so it last I saw it hadn't stopped. And it's going in between like teeny tiny flakes and huge chunky flakes, and John's already shoveled and snowblowed twice today. You gotta do it more than once during the day, otherwise it's gonna be just way too difficult to like do 8 inches all at once. So I think he had to do like 5 inches at least twice. It was quite a bit. And I just remember the first time when he came in this afternoon after shoveling. The whole walkway had at least 1/4 of an inch on already. So he shoveled all that, and by the time he got done shoveling our short driveway, we don't have a long driveway, and then it came back in, there was already a 1/4 of an inch on the little walkway. So that's how much it's coming down. And I think it's supposed to go a little bit into tomorrow, like in the morning, like overnight, I think, and then it kind of stops in the morning. Something like that. So I think by Thursday, we're dry and clear for a little while again. But yeah, it's a lot. All right, let's continue. Oh yeah, Jenna's saying that she just finished her temperature. She did a temperature, like that bookshelf pattern, where each day is a book on the shelf, and each row of the shelf is a month, and then each book spine, like the spine of the book. So each book spine represents a color or like the temperature. And she texted me it yesterday. It is so freaking cute. So she just finished that one for 2022. And she posted it over in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group on Facebook, so you should definitely check that out. What a project. Oh, Melanie says, oh boy, don't tell me it's headed that way. Oh, to Buffalo, New York. Probably. I know my parents are in Wisconsin. I'm in like the Minneapolis, Minnesota area, and my parents are in Wisconsin. I know they always get what we get like a day later. And yeah, I'm sure it's going to work your way over there. Ugh, hopefully it doesn't pick up speed or anything. At least with this one, so the one where we couldn't travel at all over Christmas, like we had to cancel our Christmas plans because of another, like a blizzard warning. That blizzard warning, for that, it was negative 30 degrees with the wind chill. Negative degrees, negative 30 below zero, and then plus like 30 to 50 mile per hour winds and blowing snow on the highway and all that sort of stuff. So that was far more dangerous than like if we'd get stuck in like today's storm. Like today was, it's like 30s. So 60 degrees warmer basically almost than that Christmas blizzard. But still you don't want to be stuck in the cold anywhere, and you don't want to slide off the road and all that. So it's still kind of scary driving and all that. So we're trying not to do that. But I don't know, makes me a lot less anxious that the weather is warmer than that negative degree with the wind. Ugh, that was scary. So I'm glad we stayed home, even though it was a bummer we didn't get to go visit with everyone. But better to be safe. Oh, Amy says we're about 2 days later, and we do have snow scheduled for Thursday and Friday. Yep. Yeah, that's when it's supposed to be, I think, kind of the first kind of clear days for us. So we're risking travel, which we haven't done in a little bit because of all the stupid snow and wind and ice and freezing. But yeah, according to the weather 10-day right now, it should be pretty dry for the next week. So, and I think Lincoln will have one more weekend after this weekend visiting my parents, the new baby, my nephew. But we can't guarantee the weather for that far out, so we're like, we should probably get it in now. And yeah, we'll get to see everybody then too. So gotta get it in when we can, because it's definitely been gross travel this season. Oh, Lynn says, I wish I could keep my backstitch sizes even as you do. I've been doing embroidery for 50 plus years. I think it's hopeless. I would love if you're willing to like post an example in the Penguin and Fish Crafters group. We might be able to figure out something that might be helpful. For me, I always see it as a matter as like looking close and looking far away. So I'm always kind of doing that. So like right now I'm hyper focused on just like this next stitch that I'm doing, but then I'll take a moment and I'll look at the piece as a whole and see how that one stitch compares to the other stitches that I'm doing. And if it seems too little, then I'll start trying to make them a hair bigger. And if it seems too big, I'll try to make them a hair smaller. But you can't tell that if you're looking only at the stitch that you're doing at the time and only ever at that stitch. You gotta make a practice of like looking like telescoping in on your stitches that you're working on, and then like going back and seeing the whole picture again and comparing. It's always like a comparing, like how is this stitch compared to the last, and like that. Like right now I'm gonna have some different size stitches because I didn't like look far enough ahead at how many stitches it would, like how many stitches I'd estimate to get to the end of the row, and so now I'm gonna have like one little stitch here. So that's fine. As long as they all kind of average out, to me it has that effect of they're all the same at least. Oh, Caitlin says we currently have thunderstorms. Those are not fun to drive through either. Ooh, 78 degrees today by you, Caitlin. Oh, you're glad I missed the disaster part, but want the snow bad. Yeah, we have so much snow, and we already had a ton of snow, so it'll be interesting. It's dark out right now, but like, it'll be interesting when we wake up tomorrow, like, just how much we're gonna have. All right, now all those stitches are getting smaller. I think let's try and do this one in 3 stitches, and then 2 stitches, and then 1 stitch. And I think we'll have enough floss for all that. Three. And 2. And 1 after that. And I kind of think I don't want to start this outline till tomorrow, because I want to pick colors. Like, I don't know, maybe we can do something special with the color or whatever. So maybe we can make some of those decisions tomorrow. But just because we do have some time yet tonight, I think maybe I'll do the eye. That'll be something to just get done. All right, so I'm going to weave in the ends here. Let's just kind of go back and forth at the kind of the baseline here. 1. 2. And 3. All right. We'll snip that. Okay. And there we go. We got the, what did we call it again? I have to scroll up to see what this is called. The baleen. We got the baleen done. All right, let's do his eye. I think we'll just do a little black eye. That's a nice, easy way to do it. Ooh, this is a big piece. I wonder if I have a smaller piece. I can use the bigger piece, but yeah, let's just use it. All right, so again, I'm going to do that thing where I let a little piece dangle out the last stitch, and then we'll tuck that in. Again, I'm not going to start by weaving in this end, because there's not really, I don't want to like weave into the yellow and then jump over there and you see that line. I'm going to just let that dangle out piece. Ooh, Lynn says, I love my red needle minder and 8-inch tube. That's awesome. That makes me happy. All right, I always, for these eyes, so here's that piece I'm going to let hang out. I'll weave that in later. But for eyes, for these small circles, I like doing a hexagon. So I'm doing like the flat part of the hexagon, like a flat bottom, flat top, and then like the 2 angled sides. And I just think the hexagon from far away looks like a really nice circle. Like it's going to read as a circle. I don't think it's going to read as a hexagon. You can even do an octagon if you wanted. Like the more little stitches you put in, the rounder it's going to look. But I think just the hexagon gives you that effect. You don't really have to do more than that. Ooh, Caitlin says variegated. Do 1 strand of 3 different colors for the outline. I kind of love that idea because we do have like these little pieces left. Like we could do like these 3 together, just get like 1 piece of each of those and then use that up. I kind of like that. Because it'd be nice to use up some of these extra little bits. All right, I got this stitch, and then I'm going to weave in the end, and then I got that piece dangling out, and I'm going to use that to do that last little stitch, and I'll weave in that end then afterwards. So there we go. And let's weave that in. Okay. So we do have actually a few embroideries that we aren't quite done yet. Like we have the turtle to finish up yet. I'm not sure like if I'm going to be gone on Friday if we'll get this guy completely done. But we will have some time built in for sure to this next few months to finish them up and everything. So I'm not worried about not quite finishing them because we'll finish them all here. All right, doing that last stitch. There we go. So cute little eyeball. And I'm gonna weave in that end there. Okay, and I do like that idea for the outline. And I think we are probably gonna just start that tomorrow. So I think we'll call it here early tonight and hop back on tomorrow with that fresh idea of blending in all that thread together and then stitching this outline. I'm hoping that we can stitch this entire outline tomorrow. I mean, it is quite a bit, but that'd be awesome. And then, okay, so tomorrow's Wednesday. And then Thursday, let's see if we can get the rest of like this top area. If we have to do the W's later, I think that's fine. But so Thursday, we'll do all the French knots, all of his little barnacles and whatever else they're called. And then we'll do all the little fishies. And those could be all different colors too. That'd be kind of fun. Tracy, we will have a bit of a schedule this year. I'll be talking about that kind of mid next week, early to mid next week. So stay tuned for social media and newsletters next week because we'll have some news on that for sure. So, all right, you guys, I think we will call it there for the evening. All right, so thanks again. Here we are. We're getting on top of things again here. So it feels good to be stitching again with all of you. And yeah, I will be back here tomorrow at 8:30 p.m. Central Time. And then also on Thursday for this week. And then next week, I should be back at least Tuesday through Friday, weather pending. But in theory, Monday through Friday next week. And then we'll get situated and we'll let you know the schedule and what our plan is because there's some stuff going on. So we will share that with you next week. So thanks again, everyone. And nice to be back. Nice seeing you. And I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.